Detroit, just as I promised you, welcome back to the Spirit of Wellness. Some very, very special guests in studio. We're here to share some really great information with you and some powerful testimonies and experiences. All right, Detroit, welcome with me to the Spirit of Wellness, Professor Maxine Power. Here to my left. Welcome, Professor. All right, you're here. And next to her, we have Martha Reeves. Martha Reeves of the Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. All right, Detroit. And on my far left, you all remember Swami Satchinanda, better known, we call him here Dr. Bombay. All right, welcome to the Spirit of Wellness. Dr. Bombay, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, Detroit. How's everyone doing today?
All right.
Good. I know you asked me to talk about a couple of things that we were working with. One of them is the haritaki fruit that I introduced you to the last time, and I believe the neem oil that we discussed also for a lot of different things. And I have a few other things to tell you about neem in a few minutes. But since then also, Dr. Kifa has been introduced to a couple other products that she's very excited about, and she wanted me to tell you about it. We have a product that's put together with neem and 4 other fruits. One is called triphala. It's a combination of 3 fruits that come together, and giloy, which is from Africa and India. When we were little kids, we used to take a sprig of giloy and put it in our books, and we would go to school, and the African kids did the same thing. And it would grow right out of the book, because what it would do is it would get all of its nourishment from all the 5 elements in its environment. It didn't have to be in the soil. So we used to call it an immortality herb. What that herb does, by the way, it removes the base metals from the brain, which also leads to Alzheimer's and various other...
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I got really excited about that because I know a number of people that we see have a lot of mercury in their teeth. We know that mercury leaches itself out of the teeth and attaches itself to brain cells and causes all kind of brain tumors. But it also causes all different forms of dementia, where people are like losing their memory. The other thing that we've discovered that happens with all this toxic metal in the body is that it frays the nerves. So a person has always got this feeling of anxiety, like they just don't have complete control of their body. And we were talking, and I kind of described that like split ends on your hair. That the hair is kind of splitting, but you do some kind of conditioner that helps to kind of pull it all together so that it's stronger. And that's what the giloy is doing in the nervous system. It's actually helping to knit the nerves back together so that the nerves are stronger.
Absolutely, and the neem does that too. The combination of 3, if you want, I'll give you a good idea right here in a few bullet points. First of all, it fights cancer, tumors, growths, fibroids. I remember we were talking about that before. It's a very important topic amongst the ladies here in Detroit also, from what I'm saying.
The neem in combination with the giloy is going to be powerful. We talked about...
And so will the fruit. So what you're doing is basically you're attacking it. When you are at war with disease, remember always, when you're at war with disease, you send in an army, not a couple of police officers.
Right.
So you want to send in the leaders, the generals, the platoons, to go and fight it.
Right.
Once you finish fighting it, you could send in a couple of police officers.
So what happens? What makes the haritaki, so important is that most people don't have immune function. So we have all these autoimmune disorders, from arthritis to lupus, fibromyalgia, sarcoidosis. All of those are autoimmune disorders, and we definitely need to add the haritaki, the fruit of life, and especially in a toxic city like Detroit. And it's not just environmentally toxic. The vibration is toxic because there's so much, depression. People are really feeling stressed out. So I love that this is very economical, that most people can fit it in their budget. And because it is a food, we can take it on your bridge card, so you guys will be able to come to the water station Healthy Soul and get what you need to take care of yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the neem is also very important, because that's why when I first met you, I told you I called them Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Because it's like the two of them fighting crime. Well, the neem works very well with it. They complement each other. Neem also has very good immune system boosting capabilities. And we were talking about the plague last time, remember?
Yeah.
That it fights the plague, because in 1959 the German scientists observed the plague in Sudan, and the only tree that was left standing was the neem tree.
Yeah.
And, the neem guard, with the combination of all these things, it also is said to fight HIV/AIDS. Another thing that you mentioned was parasites.
Yes, that's real prevalent. We know that a lot of folks are having problems with all kind of different viral conditions. And we're not just talking about herpes, but we're talking about all different kind of viruses, including the flu. And we know that the parasites are running rapid. So we can put something like neem. You know, we want to invite the audience to go on a 30-day cleanse with us.
Exactly.
With the Haritaki, the neem guard.
Absolutely.
And the one that we want to talk about tonight. But you know, you brought some guests because they have some powerful experiences.
Absolutely. As you know, this is Martha Reeves, and this is Professor Maxine Powell. And I met Miss Maxine Powell, Professor Powell, at Martha's house. And say hello, Professor.
Go ahead, Professor. We want to hear from you.
We want to hear from you.
Don't let the cat get your tongue. Say hello, Professor Maxine Powell.
Hello. I'm Professor Maxine Powell, and I met Dr. Bombay, and I'm just so happy I met him because I had a problem with constipation and lack of energy, and he introduced me to the fruit with the water, and I hesitated at first because it was kind of bitter, but then I got used to it, and I was taking like 5 prunes a day and half getting action and whatever, and then all of a sudden, it took about like an hour or so after I'd eaten the fruit, and I had to go to the bathroom. I couldn't believe it. And then I began to continue to use it. And then one other thing, I think of it like apple butter, but it's called Chyawanprash, I think.
Chyawanprash.
Prash is the last word. And I just love it, and it has done so much for me. I find that I have more energy. And then one thing about the oil,
the neem oil,
that Dr. Bombay has mixed. I had like an age spot on the side of my face, and I had always been proud of my complexion being so clear, and I was so unhappy with that. And with this oil, I think I just used it twice and it disappeared.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe it. I'm so happy about all of the products that I have used so far with Dr. Bombay.
All right. Thank you very much. That is exciting because she spoke to like probably 50-60% of the audience just then with that one statement. All right. Because we know that. I'm sorry, go ahead, Martha.
Professor Maxine Powell to Dr. Bombay and asked if she would come to my house to meet with him. And I was so happy to be a part of this healing generation. That's what's happening. It's turning into a community because everybody I talk to, I either tell them to take some oil and to anoint themselves. It's just a drop or so. And all you do is take it and put it in your nose, put it in your ears.
Oh, I love her.
And then you rub your hands together and you breathe it. And it clears up your sinuses. It cures up your acne. It opens up your mind. I hear better. I see better. I think clearer, and I sing higher. And it's all about a natural oil that comes from the trees in India. I met you through another friend who practices herbal. In fact, the last time I saw Alfie, he gave me a bag of golden seal and echinacea mixed, and said that, use this as if it were snuff, or just put it in your food or whatever. And that started me on a natural herbal healing. But I've never had anything work so effectively and so quickly as the neat oil. I eat the seed now with vigor. Of course, it was bitter at first, but I've learned the art of eating it. And
okay, tell me.
You wait until you get it. See, it's in that bottle. You wait until it gets a size. It's a little larger than it is when you first put it in the water.
Okay.
Because it's dry. You add moisture to it. Then you can take that seed, and I just had one, take the fruit, and I just had one maybe 45 minutes ago. You just take it and you chew all of it from around the seed. You suck the juice down in your system on one side of your mouth.
Oh, I love you.
And then it tastes as if you were chewing on maybe perhaps some cream of some wheat, some tree barks, but whatever it is that's left after you suck the juice down off of it,
Okay.
it cleanses your insides. It sort of like scrapes your intestines. It's like having a colonic without having all the water and all the intrusive things that happen when you're having a colonic. And there's a plug there that you're not aware of. But the minute you have a fruit, that plug is removed.
Wow. Nice.
There are also factors in it that'll remove, like some of us are walking around with worms and we don't know it.
Yeah.
And we have some parasites in our bodies that we're not aware of.
Yeah.
This cleanses that. And you can, if you are bold enough, you can look in your stool and see
Yeah.
that you've eliminated a lot of things, toxins and poisons that have been in your system for a very long time. And nothing cleanses like the fruit.
Wow.
Nothing.
Nice. So after you put it on one side of the mouth,
You just chew it
And
and
then
suck the medicine.
that's what he meant by snuff.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
just suck it off.
Okay.
And after that, there's no taste at all to it.
I got you. Thank you very much.
See, and then if you drink water immediately after, this is the sweetest water you've ever had in your mouth
Nice.
because it cleans your palate.
Yeah.
I mean, how great does it feel when you wake up in the morning and you get your teeth brushed and everything, you do your oil and you eat your fruit, to have the clean mouth that you want.
Yeah. Nice.
It's really a sensation to know that your palate has been cleaned and you don't have any germs in your mouth.
Nice.
It cleans it better than Listerine.
Oops.
What would I call a name? But it's a natural thing, and I'm so excited about it. I've been telling everybody everywhere I go. I'm giving people all like I think I'm Mrs. Bombay, but
Mrs. Dr. Bombay.
Mrs. Doctor. Yeah, but eventually everyone's going to catch on to the fact that there's a certain spiritual healing as well that comes with Dr. Bombay. It's not
Yes.
just the medicines, but he's got healing hands,
Nice.
and I testify to them.
All right.
It's all about the spirit. It's all about God, how God
Yeah.
uses people,
Yeah.
and how you can be touched just like I know you are.
God is
And I
good.
know you heal people as well, sometimes
is
with just
good.
a word or two, if it's in the right direction, the right advice, the right healing, knowing that somebody loves you. I'm getting chills just sitting here talking about how it has affected my life. I have energy unbeknownst to me. I had no idea I could wake up in the morning and do as many things as I do. And I wish I had this when I was on council, because most of what I did was sit and eat and get fat. So now I'm able to get my waistline back and get my healing through the wonderful fruit.
Yeah,
and
maybe
it's
we
amazing.
get to introduce it to the council, because we need a lot of light down there.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
But we're glad that you came. We're glad that you came.
But I want to let everyone know who is listening, who might be sitting with a knee pain from arthritis or rheumatoid symptoms, or who might have a dietary problem, who's maybe acid reflux, because not only have I gotten rid of the acid reflux condition, my healing in my right leg is astronomical. I'm still performing. I always will. I guess they'll probably find me with a mic in my hand hollering, heat wave. But I'm going to continue to perform. But I've got a new energy.
Yeah.
And I don't have the pain in my right leg anymore.
Wow.
Like a lot of my friends had to have knee replacements and hip replacements and stuff. And 69 feels real good to me now.
Whoa.
It feels real good to me now, because I got an extra energy, and I'm not just talking, and I'm not getting paid to say this.
Nice.
I mean, there's nothing but the desire to share with other people what I'm experiencing. It's almost as good as my rebirth in '77.
Nice.
What's happened to me now? I'm getting a new energy, a new body. My thinking is better. I'm clearer.
Wow.
My throat is clearer. I'm able to sing with ease. And everyone should experience what's happening. Just by drinking some water off of some fruit, and maybe eating one or two times a day, and a little bit of oil. And you can probably tell that I flushed a little bit since I did my oil, because it brings blood to your face.
Yes.
You get a certain glow after you use it.
Nice.
And it's only just a moment. It only takes a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something you do on a continual basis, and you stay fit, you stay aware, you stay alive. And I sleep like a baby.
Oh, nice.
I lay down and I'm gone. There's
Right.
no pondering wondering if I'm going to sleep tonight. No, I get tired enough in the daytime with this new energy to just pass out when I lay down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you wake up, you're
When I
ready
wake
to
up,
go.
I'm refreshed, ready to get up
and
and
ready
do
to go.
everything. That's
Yes.
right.
Yes. One of the things I want to point out about the fruit and the Chyavanprash is that it does a recall. Like we have generational disorders in the body. We have
Right.
stuff that has been buried, and we thought with all our fast and all our cleansing, all the stuff I've done in 33 years, that I got some of that stuff out. But since I've been taking that, and then it has a residual effect.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you have a diminished return. You take stuff, and after a while, it stops doing anything. But this is having a residual effect. It's going back and getting stuff. And even when it brings that old stuff up, in a day or so, that condition is gone. It's
Yes.
different. It's different than treating it, treating
Yes,
the
it is.
symptom. It's like it's an opportunity with these Ayurvedic, am I saying it correctly? Ayurvedic herbs and things to really cleanse it out. When I say generation, I'm talking about things people think are hereditary.
Yes.
You know, things that are just in your genes. You know,
Mhm.
it's,
And
we
you
have a
can't do
pattern.
anything about
Can't do
it.
anything about it.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
just
you
destined to
can.
get diabetes. I'm destined to have
No.
this. No.
I'm not on any medication, and
God bless
and I
you.
haven't had to have any. And I'm a ulcer survivor.
Wow.
I think that was the reason for the acid reflux, but it's gone.
Yeah.
I would stay away from peppers and hot sauces, and now I can eat anything I want to, and I don't have the reaction because I'm regular. It's good to be regular.
Regular. Okay. It's good to be regular.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. It's a blessing
It's
to
a
be
blessing.
regular. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the worst thing in the world, to sit somewhere and ain't nothing happening
Ain't nothing happened for days.
for days.
For days.
You wonder, hey, this is 2 days, 3 days? No.
And then sometimes you
All
think
the
that that's
time.
what's normal for you. That's not
That's
normal.
right. You think the condition is one you have to live with,
Live with.
and no, you
No.
don't.
Now you have a special one because Dr. Bombay, Martha, how this professional Maxine Hall. Tell us
she
how
won't
you
tell.
are.
No, don't
She
do
won't
that.
tell. She won't
She
tell.
doesn't want you to know her age. She says
Well,
if
we
you
don't want to
tell
know her exact age.
age.
We don't want to know her exact age, but we'll just say that, folks, you're sitting here
Well,
looking at this woman, she's beautiful, and she's telling you that her life changed. So sometimes people just feel like I've gotten to a point it's not going to work for me. It's not
But
going
the
to make any
beautiful
difference.
thing is the age
still
spot
working.
that's disappeared.
I'm still working.
She's still working.
I'm also still working.
There you go.
But what I'm so excited about, I'm excited about just everything about Dr. Bombay's product. They do a magnificent job
Miracles.
for the body, and that's what I'm so interested in. But then, when I looked up and looked in the mirror and saw these age spots on the side of my face, I said, oh, I've always prided myself on a clear complexion. Now what am I going to do? And I used his healing oil. And I looked in the mirror and I said, after about 3 days, I said, am I seeing things? What happened to those spots?
So Professor, do you chew the fruit?
Yes.
Martha Reeves told you how to do it, right?
Yes.
Well, I just figured it out. No,
Yes.
Nobody told me. I had it in my mouth, and
Oh,
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. And if you don't do it right, you won't do it. But you
Okay.
have to learn, just like you would suck a pudding or Jello or any kind of other fruit juice. You suck the medicine off, then chew what's left. And
Chew
it's
what's
easy
left.
to do. It doesn't take but a second.
But you know what? I'm glad you told me that because now I got the key. I know just what to do
Know
with it.
just what to do, and you're clear of it. On the one side, you're clear of it in a matter of minutes. All you have to do is drink some water, and the water is so sweet.
It
after you
is.
clean your
It
palate.
is. It is. And you know what?
Water
You do
is
get
sweet, and you don't know it until you clean your palate.
till you clean your palate. And I love that it helps to heal the gums. We have all kind of
Yes.
oral problems.
Yes.
You know, and
Yes.
we have something for almost everything.
And you don't
You
have
know,
a-
they say that we're living in the age of disclosure.
That's right.
In
You
the
don't
age
take
of disclosure.
penicillin to get rid of infection.
That's right.
You do Dr.
There's
Bombay.
Dr.
like
Frederick
Martha was saying
Templeman.
earlier today, but then
We all
she
wanna
was saying,
talk.
get it over with. What are you waiting for? Get it over with.
Yeah.
You know, put it in your
I
mouth, get
showed
it
one
over
of
with.
his clients how to eat one by eating one with her.
Okay.
And she was so happy.
Nice.
She said, now I can do this.
I can do this.
Mhm.
So Dr. Frederick Templeman said, why take a medicine when the food will do the same thing without negative side effects?
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the Chyavanprash. Chyavanprash. And I want you to tell the story about the formula development so that people will be as excited as we are.
Okay, but I just want to take a second to thank Dr. Deborah Davy
Yeah.
for actually pulling the Chyavanprash out of me, so to speak. She was one of the first people to pump the Chyavanprash.
Thank you very much.
Actually, what happened was many moons ago in India, there was a great sage. Sages are people that look,
Heal.
and also look for knowledge and wisdom and different things. And he was getting old, and one day he met a young lady whom he married, And as he was getting older and she was still young, he felt like he was being a burden to her. So he called the celestial physicians to come together and put a combination together that would help him, make him youthful, make him feel younger and vital and revitalized. And that's exactly what that fruit, or that combination does, the chyawanprash.
Okay.
I mean, if you can go and read about it, there's like pages and pages and pages of things that it does. Just to give you a quick few, it strengthens the immune system and expedites healing, strengthens digestion, absorption, and assimilation of food, and balances stomach acids. Helps the smooth functioning of the heart. So a lot of people with heart problems that are feeling slight murmurs or different problems that they're feeling, they can actually get help with this. It also nourishes your brain cells, supports the nervous system, enhances coordination, and increases memory power. I think it's very important in this day and time with all the Alzheimer's things we're hearing about. Promotes smooth function of your lungs and gives new energy to your respiratory system.
Oh, good.
So basically what is a combination is that it goes and fixes the different systems in the body, like digestive system, immune system, and so forth.
Reproductive system.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That too.
Yeah, that too. Because that's what he asked for. He wanted to be able to take care of his woman.
He wanted to give up the cane and walk on 3 legs.
Give up the cane and walk on 2 legs. Dr. Bombay's been talking about this healing. Martha Reeves has been talking about this healing. We sent Winifred over with her daughter Brenda, and they had a miracle. So let's talk a little bit about what you do.
And did you say it's also reasonable? It's not the $1 million that it's worth.
Right.
It's reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. As I was trying to describe, I don't know if I can use it to describe it in terms of what you already know as far as the medical field is concerned. What I do with my hands is similar to like a surgeon. What they can do with a knife. I mean, if you think about a brain tumor, the tumors on your brain, the surgeon will actually cut down to the real lowest level they can, because if they end up cutting any part of the brain, they could cause damage in the person. So what they usually do is they keep following up every 2 months or so to see if there's a chance of getting back at it, try to scrape off some more. What I can do is remove it atom by atom, atomically, wherever it's laying on the brain, and just make it peel itself off.
Okay, so now the audience must understand when you say that you're doing this, that you're not talking about with the scalpel.
No, not with the scalpel, no.
Thank you very much. I wanted them to know that it's not with a scalpel.
Also, body alignments. One of Tommy Hearn's family members used to look at her legs every night like this. One was shorter than the other, and after 45 minutes, she was looking at him like this, and her husband was standing there with a wide mouth. So that's like body alignments. Putting the sockets, your legs and everything back into their sockets, for example, realign you so that you can walk better. There you go. Stem cell regeneration. I also do phantom disease down to 4th generations, and also the detachment. Right, Martha?
We have a friend that I introduced you to who he would wheeze and cough if he walked too fast, profusively. I won't call his name, but with just a couple of pieces of the fruit and 1 or 2 oil blessings, he's now running to his car, and he's talking without gasping and wheezing, and he's had the tracheotomy, what do you call it? Tracheotomy. And it seems to be healing, and he's a bit stubborn. He doesn't continue the way he should, but I kind of feel that if he does, he'll become normal. He'll be a normal person. He'll be able to function again, where he thought he was on his deathbed. Now he's able to do things that he never knew he'd do. It was just a little bit of Dr. Bombay's medication. Some people are very, very hard to convince because they figure, but the doctors couldn't do anything for me, so why do I think I can get just a little bit of application of medicines? And Dr. Bombay is sort of jazzy,
Yeah, he is.
And when people meet him, they say, "Oh, is he for real?" And they have to kind of wait and listen to him when he talks.
Yeah.
And if he should ever put his hands on them, like he was saying how he can remove things cell by cell, it's in his healing hands. And when you find somebody who has that ability, you're not supposed to really tell everybody, but I'm telling it because it happened for me. And it's something very needed in this walk, in this life walk.
Yeah.
Every day you wake up, there's a newness and a renewing of the mind, spirit, and body, and this medicine helps you do it even more elegantly. It's something that everybody can afford and should afford.
Yes. So, we know that you don't have to be sick. Nobody has to be sick.
No.
One of the things, Dr. Bombay, that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, one of the things we talked earlier about was also about pain. There's a lot of people with accidents that are also in pain from various things, even from surgery. They're in trauma from the accidents and the pain. We remove the trauma. The pain actually goes away. So a lot of people have had pain for a long, long time. When they go through a healing session, they actually feel lighter. They almost feel like they're weightless, like light as a feather, and there's no pain. They run around the house looking for the pain.
Yeah,
I
because it's
remember
gone.
I turned that corner. I had pain over here, but it's not there anymore.
So one of the things that we talked about is that we're putting together all of our curriculum for our School of Natural Health, and I keep pulling them, Dr. Deborah Davy, that he should come be one of our headmasters, because for me, Martha Reeves, I have to honestly say one of the greatest sins that I think is for the teachers to die with the knowledge that he has this gift, and
That's right.
we really need him to pass it on, especially to our young people.
That's right.
So we're really beseeching him to find a home here at the Spirit of Wellness.
And you also, Dr. Bombay, did not mention the fact that there's a gland in the back of our neck,
Oh yes, the pineal gland.
the pineal gland,
Right.
and you said it would develop.
Right. What happens is your pineal gland is at the base of your brain. It's about 3 inches above the base of the brain. If you look, point it right into your ear, pretty much and touch it. That's the most important gland in the body.
Is that why my hearing is better?
Yes. Because
I'm
the
hearing
body's
rustling
very
leaves.
let's-
I'm hearing papers turn. I'm
Yes,
hearing people
yes.
whisper.
Nice.
I'm hearing things I'm not supposed to hear.
When you couldn't hear, you can hear
Yes,
it now.
they don't think I can hear, but I'm hearing much better,
Yeah.
and I know it has to do with my healing.
I live
I know it has
about
to.
2 miles away from Southfield Freeway, and I can
Okay.
hear the traffic like it's in front of the house.
I live on the boulevard.
And so you can hear
First
things
thing
that
in
you
the morning,
couldn't
here comes the traffic.
So Dr. Bombay, when we talk about the pineal gland, Martha Reeves and Professor Maxine Powell, we also recognize that it's the spiritual eye, the third eye.
Right.
And one of the biggest problems with healing is that most people's spiritual eye is closed.
Mhm.
And so if the herbs and the Ayurvedic medicine and your healing modality, and we do light, which also activates that pineal gland, that a lot can change for a person. So let's talk about that for a moment.
Absolutely. When you look at the concept of the third eye, it actually is connoted to be up here.
Yeah.
So what actually happens is your pineal gland can actually send a holographic image, which is actually like the white light that you see, what they call the halo.
Yeah.
It actually emanates from out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and a lot of times if you see where I put my hand on people,
Yes.
it's in direct connection with their pineal gland.
Nice. Nice.
Because the
So
pineal
all-
gland
so
is
all
like
of
the
us should-
X-ray room with all the X-rays right there.
All of us should have that halo, but most people's light is so dim
Right.
that they don't have that. And
Correct.
because their light is dim, their immune function is low.
Mhm.
So if we're able to reactivate the true power of the pineal gland, not only does the halo come back, but so does our divine nature.
Absolutely.
And when we're standing in that divinity, there is no disease.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the people that want to also work with chakras, they're going to find that if they're able to get the energy, then they can direct the energy, and that's part of the.
Go ahead.
I like looking in the mirror and seeing a difference daily.
Yeah.
I guess I'm developing my halo.
Yeah.
All right. I have to laugh because this is so true. This is a true story. The one of the staff here kept saying, "Now, Dr. Keefe, when you go on the air, you're gonna have to put some powder or something on your forehead because
You're shining.
You're shining, right?"
Yeah, yeah.
And then they put all kind of stuff on, but the shine was still there. And
That's
one
right.
day they figured it out. It wasn't a shine; it was a light.
That's right.
And they really thought that they could put enough powder on my forehead that this light would go away,
Yeah.
but the light doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't.
And what happens since I've been doing the fruit, it does do just what you just said.
I can see the difference.
Yes, it does.
The main thing about life is that you got to love yourself.
Nice.
And when you see that you've done something to yourself to make yourself love yourself even more,
All right.
oh, you got to rejoice.
All right now.
And that's what I'm doing. Thank you, Dr. Bombay.
You're welcome.
I'll tell you in front of everybody. I'm not
Thank you.
ashamed.
Thank you.
All right.
I love you too.
Professor Maxine Powell.
Well, one other thing, I know that Dr. Bombay had healing hands because I had a sore knee, and I was told that maybe I had arthritis or something. So he, with the healing oil, rubbed my knee, and I haven't felt that pain since.
All
Wasn't
right.
your knee swollen at the time too?
No,
It wasn't swollen?
Yes, it's swollen. It was quite swollen, and it's gone down, and I haven't felt the pain.
All right.
And I know he has healing hands.
So we had somebody call in on the air last week and said, she'd been walking with a cane for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
She'd been walking with a cane for 5 years. She came and we anointed her ankle with the neem oil. We did her ankle and she bought a bottle. And she went home and she did her leg again. She said she woke up in the morning and she couldn't believe those were her legs. They were not swollen, and she's walking without that cane for the first time in 5 years. So I know what you're saying.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well,
so
same thing with the healing. I had a gentleman with 3 strokes. He was on a cane. He was taking 3 steps forward, 1 back.
Wow.
And 45 minutes later, he left the cane, walked right out of the house. Next night, he was in a club dancing.
Wow.
Well, you took us by a client's house tonight, and she was thinking about moving out of her lovely home because she was in such pain and in need of knee operations that she couldn't go up and down her stairs.
Wow.
But while we were in our house today, she ran up and down those stairs.
Whoa.
Yes, she did.
All right.
And
now.
she
Backwards.
didn't realize.
Backwards. She was going down backwards.
She didn't realize that she was going up the stairs as fast as she was going, and she was so happy that we came by with this new joy and this new excitement that she's experiencing. She ran to the front door and said, "Hey, somebody with bad knees, you're doing pretty good." And I called it to her attention, and she was so shocked that she didn't know she was moving around at a fast pace. So it hadn't really dawned on her that she's getting healed.
So you know what? This hour goes by so quick.
Yes, it does.
And I know the audience is saying the same thing. We're just really enjoying being here this evening. Dr. Bombay, I'm going to let you have some closing words for us.
Stay encouraged. There's always hope. There's definitely hope.